continue with our discussion class, we go now to properties of amino acids. So we have hydrogenation, halogenation, melting point, salt formation, ester formation, and oxidation of fatty acids. Yung sa hydrogenation class, unsaturated fatty acids. When you say unsaturated, ito po yung may mga fatty acids based sa kanilang structure, mayroong mga double bond. May be converted to the corresponding saturated fatty acids by hydrogenation of the double bond. For example, we have here lenolenic. Lenolenic has a 18 carbon atom and a double bond at position of carbon atom number 3 and 6 and 9. So, meaning sa 3, 6 and 9 na structure nila na naka-chain na carbon atom, nandoon yung double bond. So, when you add hydrogen at the carbon number 3, so usually it will form linoleic. And then you add another hydrogen atom at carbon number 6, it will form oleic. And when you add another hydrogen at carbon number 6, that is a double bond, it will form stearic, which is known to be saturated fatty acids. So that is hydrogenation, meaning you add hydrogen at the double bond of the unsaturated fatty acids, meaning the product of that one is saturated fatty acids. Okay, the final product. Then we have here halogenation. When say halogenation, with halogens under mild conditions, when added or treated with halogens under mild conditions, the unsaturated fatty acids can take up 2 halogen atoms at each double bond to form halogenated derivative of fatty acids. Meaning, so we have halogens of iodine or iodide. Okay, we have the chloride, chlorine, we have the fluoride. So example, oleic acid plus iodide. So there are 2 atoms. It will form diiodo oleic acid or dichloro iodic acid. So when you add chloro or difluoro oleic acid, when you add fluorine or fluoride, so there are 2 atoms added. So usually ang addition class, take note lang po, nandoon po rin sa double bond nila. Next, for melting point, the short and medium chain fatty acids are liquids usually, whereas long fatty acids are solids at 25 degree Celsius. Ano yung mga long chain? So we have the stearic, example, we have the linoleic. Okay, yung mga veloute, yung mga small chain, ito yung liquid form. Okay, na capric. Okay, ito yung mga corn oil, for example, di ba? Okay, or the acetic acid. Solubility in water decreases while melting point and boiling point increases. Okay, so sa tubig, decrease ang solubility niya because oil and water are immiscible, while melting point and boiling point increase. So kung melting point niya, usually increase ang temperature. Okay, so kung mag-solidify naman siya, that is decrease in temperature. Okay, next, salt formation. Saturated and unsaturated acids form salts with alkali. For example, we have acetic plus sodium hydroxide, so it will form sodium acetate plus water. Okay, so sodium and potassium salts, take note, has a long chain fatty acids called soaps. So ito yung habo na yan. Okay, yung soaps. Okay, calcium and magnesium soaps are insoluble. So calcium soaps are usually in grease, para maggrasa ang itsura niya. Okay, so example yan, alkyl sulfate, alkyl sulfonate are not precipitated by hard water and are used as detergents. For ito yung example nitawag natin na salt formations. So ester formation class, both saturated and unsaturated fatty acids form esters with alcohol, especially with glycerol. So fatty acids can form mono, di, or triesters with alcohols group of glycerol. So triglycerides or triacyl glycerol are also known as neutral fat. Okay, because of the presence, of course, mga triacyl glycerol, both mayroon siyang polar and non-polar structure in based on the chemical structure of that certain fatty acids. Glycerol plus fatty acids, monoacylglycerol. So monoglyceride plus fatty acids, it will form diacylglycerol. So diglyceride plus fatty acids, it will form triglyceride or triacylglycerol. So that is ester formation. So yung ester dyan is that is COO. Mga COOH, that is carboxylic acid. So oxidation of fatty acids. All fatty acids undergoes oxidation in the body to give energy. Okay, usually when saying oxidation, that is the removal, or the addition of oxygen. Okay, so beta oxidation is the major process by which acids are oxidized. So however, the unsaturated fatty acids can undergo auto-oxidation due to the presence of highly reactive double bonds in a variety of products. So, kung mayroon siyang double bond, that is very reactive, meaning yung double bond mo, pwede pa siya mag-bond in another chemical or in other substances. Kasi, that is considered to be very reactive. So, unsaturated siya, meaning ang double bond, pwede pa siya mag-share ng electrons. Pero kung single bond na yung lahat-lahat, for example, saturated structure, meaning wala nang double bond. So, this is considered to be a structure wherein it is unreactive already. Okay? So, basta reactive, mostly may double bond, ha? Okay, ano yung mag-example ng double bond? Alkenes. Diba? So, neutral fat called triacylglycerides or triacylglycerol. These are esters of trihydric alcohol. Okay? With glycerol with fatty acid. Ito yung tawag natin na triacylglycerol. Okay? Try to see, mayroong ester dyan, triesters. Yung N refers to the number of hydrocarbon atom. Okay? So, mixed triglycerides. So, naturally occurring fats and oils are mix of triglycerides. So, example, a mixed triglyceride is formed when different fatty acids are esterified. Basta when you say esterified po, that is addition of the ester group. Okay? The esterified to the OH group of glycerol. So, meaning pag esterified ka, mawawala yung hydrogen. So, puro na lang yan COO. As like, try to see the structure here. This is ester already. Okay? If all three hydroxyl groups of the glycerol are esterified to the same fatty acids, simple triacylglycerol is formed. So, usually ito, okay, actually this is glycerol. Kung may glycerol, may OH yan. Pero ito, because it is ester, so there's addition of your COO. So, this is already triester. Okay? Triacylglycerol. Okay? Next, mixed triglycerides. Naturally occurring fats and oils are mixtures of triglycerides. Okay, take note. So we have tripalmitin, triulin. Okay, so these are example of tripalmitin. So we have palmitic acid, tripalmitin. So alpha oleo, okay, and beta palmito and styrene. Okay, so physical properties of triacylglycerols. Okay, hydrophobic, insoluble in water. Oils are liquid at 20 degrees Celsius. They are triglycerides, take note, which contains higher proportion of unsaturated fatty acids or short-chain triglycerides. Oils are generally plant origin. So usually, corn oil, sesame oil, vegetable oil. So mga plant in origin yan. May orange oil, lemongrass oil. Okay? Fats containing medium and chain triglycerides, unsaturated fatty acids are soft fats. So, yung butter, coconut oil contains only medium of triacylglycerol. So, lauric and myristic acids. Okay? So, storage of fats, you have triacylglycerols are storage of especially they are store at the storage of lipids is usually in the adipose tissues, ba? So sa breast ng mga female, okay, tissues, adipose tissues are mostly present. Sa central nervous system meron ding may mga adipose tissues, and of course in the biological membrane. Okay? So in 70 kilogram normal person, body stores contains 11 kilogram triacylglycerol. So which is roughly equivalent to 1,000 kilocalorie. So excess fats, take note, kung excess fats siya leads to obesity. That's why magkaroon ng hypertension. It's atherosclerosis. So meaning there's a thickening of the fats at the blood vessels. So sa atherosclerosis, I mean atherosclerosis. So meaning man thickening dyan, so naganaro yung opening ng mga blood vessels. So tendency niyan, there is what we call increase in the blood pressure or even heart rate. So hydrolysis of triglycerides, this occurs in the body during the digestion of dietary fat and mobilization of triacylglycerol, so from adipose tissues. So usually digestion is mobilized by triacylglycerol. So kung sa dietary fat, ito yung mga fats na are being taken in by the body. Okay, ito yung kinakain natin. Okay, triglycerides in the body are hydrolyzed by enzymes lipase, which are hydrolysis. So example, triacylglycerol, so with here the enzyme lipase, then plus water, so diacylglycerol naman siya. So the product is diacylglycerol. Then another hydrolysis process with addition of water plus lipase enzyme, so magiging monoacylglycerol. And then lipase plus water, it will yield the final product is fatty acid and glycerol. Okay. Sa saponification class, this one where triglycerides are hydrolyzed by the alkali, the process is known as saponification. Products are glycerol and soaps. Okay, saponification number, meaning it is defined as the number of milligrams of potassium hydroxide required to saponify 1 gram of the fat. Okay, so yung saponification, that is the formation of soap. I mean, habo na yan ang final product ng saponification. So there is addition of oil there. Okay, so that is the product is saponify. Okay, so example yan, we have a fat. Example, this one added with sodium hydroxide. So ang lalabas niyan or potassium hydroxide. So during saponification, it will form a crude soap. So ito yung crude soap, meaning hindi pa yan, that is impurities. So it needs another process to become the commercial soap na. Okay, example yung mga mayroon tayong na papaya making soap. Okay, sa example sa mga pharmacy, they try to make soap out of the papaya meat, okay, o guava meat, okay, mga ganun. Okay. So rancidity of fats. Fats and oils have tendency to become rancid. Parang panos na siya. Okay? So the term rancidity refers to the appearance of unpleasant smell and taste fats and oils. So yun ang natawag natin na rancidity. So yun lang, sobrahan mo na prito sa mantika. Daya, may prito ka, tapos yung mantika mo tamaan nagid ka kalayo. Rancid ang tawag doon. Okay, itom na siya. So you have hydrolytic and oxidative. So when say hydrolytic class, it is due to the hydrolysis of triacylglycerol molecules due to trace of hydrolytic enzymes, okay, naturally fats and oils. Example, hydrolytic reactions. So we have here the glycerol, okay, glycerol, trihydroxy alcohol, then reaction of fatty acids plus water with the help of enzyme lipase. So yung lalabas niyan, so makaroon ng ester ito yung ester linkage mo, it will form monoglyceride, diglyceride, triglyceride. So mga mono, isang fatty acids, di, dalawa, tri, tatlo. Okay, so sa oxidative reactions class is the result of the partial oxidation. Partial is not complete oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids. But sa unsaturated, why itong tinatawag na magkaroon ng oxidation? Because of the presence of what? Double bond. With the resultant of the formation of the epoxides and peroxides and free radicals. We have polyunsaturated linoleic, for example, plus oxygen. So it will form a peroxide. Then yung peroxide is converted another oxidation process. It will form hydroperoxides. Then hydroperoxides, upon hydrolysis, it will yield alcohol plus acid. Then another oxidation process, it will yield a ketone and aldehyde. So tawag ito mga radicals. So radicals are toxic in our body. That is why kung sobra yung fats mo later on, that's why nagkakaroon ng tawag natin mga gallstone. Fats yan siya. Okay? Isa yung product ng fats. And of course, makakause na yung acidosis or taas yung aldehyde and ketone. Okay? Mamahal ka naman aldehyde and ketone, this is already an acid. Okay? So, they are very toxic in our body. So, tawag doon ng radicals, the product of the oxidation of the fats in our body. Okay?